You know, when I was a kid, I was totally into wrestling. I don't know why. Maybe it was because my brother and my cousins were watching it. Most of my cousins were all male. I was kind of a tomboy back when I was a kid. But I did slowly grow out of it. And the more I think about it, the more I try to understand why I was into it in the first place. I still have no idea. Bleach chapter 559. Hey guys, LoserSpawn27 here bringing you Bleach chapter 559, The Night Right. Now it's not to be confused with The Night Light because, you know, L's are being replaced by R's. No, this is actually called The Night Right. So the chapter begins where we see Haschwalth, Nanao, and Shunsui, who still have that barrier up, by the way. It seems that Haschwalth was able to sense that the battle so far is going in favor of the shinigami. However, he says that for this fluctuating scale, my role is to tip the balance. Not sure what he meant by that, but he was able to pull out his sword, which doesn't look like a katana. It actually looks more like a broadsword, like the swords you see in medieval times or shows like Game of Thrones. But he pulled out that sword and was able to break Nanao's barrier. And the reason why he was able to do that was because he was gradually absorbing the reishi from the barrier. However, because the barrier was so strong, I'm assuming it took a little bit more time than Haschwalth expected it. But Nanao was able to produce another barrier, this time with multiple hexagons. However, Haschwalth says that this barrier seems to be more fragile than the previous one, but even if the sheet was fragile and if he was able to break it, that would mean that inside the barrier, there would be a trap. He decides to take more violent actions, where he takes his sword right in front of him, puts it on his side, one hand holding the hilt, the other one holding the end like this. So I'm like, yay, we're gonna get to see Haschwalth fight against Shunsui Nanao. No, because Juha Bach ordered him to retreat. God fucking damn it! I thought for once we were going to get to see Haschwalth's abilities and why he's called the Bee. No, we did not. At least not with Shunsui Nanao. But I'll get to that later. The message was actually sent via Quincy Cross thing, and just because of that he was ordered to return to Silver, and not sure what Silver it is. Maybe it's the throne room where Juha Bach is, I don't know. Anyway, he was ordered to go back to the Vandenreich, and it's not just him, apparently it's the rest of the Sternreiters. It seems that in Soul Society, night has finally fallen, and since it's nighttime, that would mean that the Sternreiters probably need time for a quick break, I guess, because you can't be fighting like non-stop every single day. I guess you could say that. Even Sternreiters need a break. That probably gives an opportunity for the Shinigami to rest up, heal any of the wounded, and prepare for the next attack. So we cut to Yumichika and Ikaku. Ikaku points out that since it's nighttime, there are going to be more shadows since the Quincy's have traveled via shadows. So he knows something is about to go down. Now we see Shuuhei, who kind of looked like he's also a bit bruised up, so maybe he also did have a fight as well, but we didn't really see it, so we don't really know. Anyway, he encounters Yumichika and Ikaku. Apparently, what the Sternreiters did was disperse their high-density reishi particles all over the Seireitei so that they wouldn't be able to pinpoint their locations. And not only that, but since the terrain has changed, it's easier to get lost. However, Ikaku tells the two that they have to keep their guards up because since it's nighttime, the Quincy's will travel in shadows. However, we get to see a shadowy figure right behind them and looks like it's about to attack. If you've seen the figure, you probably know who that is. So we cut to the Vandenreich Palace, where we get to see BG-9 and Cang Du, who are leaning against the pole with their hands tied against the pole. And apparently, they're being judged because they were the only ones that have been defeated. Which is weird because last time we saw them, they had their Volstagg activated. So why didn't they fight? I'm just saying, with the full standing, they could be able to fight back against Toshiro. Well, granted, Toshiro was unconscious during the time, but BG-9, he could have been able to kick him on his ass now with his full standing. I'm just saying. And since they were defeated, their judgment has fallen upon Haschwalth. Why isn't Bambietta there? Probably something to do with what Giselle or Gigi, whatever her name is, was going to do to her. With BG-9, it seems like he's going out of character. You think he would be going like, he's had like a robotic voice, being analytical. This time he's begging for his life. For real. He's like, please, 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 don't kill us. We're still alive. We're still useful. And it was kind of surprising for me to see BG-9 like that. Apparently they were resurrected with the full standing release. Did they release it themselves or did somebody activated it? I don't freaking know. But the thing is, what BG-9 says is that they were still able to fight. If that were the case, why didn't they continue to fight? So I guess Toshiro's victory kind of counted after all. He says that he should be grateful that they were alive, but the scales have to be balanced. And you know, since their lives were saved, something has to be paid in equal amount of misfortune. Since he's been talking a lot about balancing and scales, it's easy to confirm that obviously the B from his Stern Reacher ranking is representing the balance. BG-9 is still begging for his life. With Cang Du, he's just had his head down, eyes closed. It looked like that he was acknowledging his death or something. So Haschwalth tries to decapitate Cang Du first. No, seriously try to decapitate him. But his sword doesn't go through his neck because of his ability, the iron. Apparently with Cang Du's ability, the iron, Haschwalth's blade would work on him. So I guess with the iron ability, swords or anything made of iron won't be able to hurt him. Also, I noticed that part of his face looks a bit like blotchy. I'm not sure if it's because of his iron ability, probably, but it could also be because of the severe freezer burn he probably suffered from being frozen in that ice prison by Toshiro. I'm not really sure. Cang Du says that Haschwalth cannot strike him down because of his iron, and he says that he cannot be killed by any other hand than His Majesty's. Meaning that he is willing to die if it was by Juha Bach's hand, but if it's Haschwalth's hand, hell no, he ain't having that at all. I guess because this second show of fortune, meaning that Cang Du probably still has pride as a Stern Reacher, meaning that he wants to be killed by Juha Bach, not by Haschwalth, meaning that's a second fortune. Meaning that the balance, once again, has been tipped probably towards Cang Du's favor. However, that has to be balanced because with Haschwalth, he says, can you see it? The tipping of the scale, where he sees this big scale right behind Haschwalth. So I guess with the balance being tipped, you have to balance it once again with another sense of misfortune. Meaning that he was probably capable of killing him even though it's not supposed to work because Cang Du is the iron. Maybe because of his balance ability, I'm not sure. But anyway, he was able to slice Cang Du, not decapitate him, but slice him through the shoulder. So yeah, he's probably dead. As for BG-9, not sure because we had to cut back to Mask the Masculine, which is obviously the shadowy figure if you haven't figured that out. He managed to elbow them, slamming them onto the ground, all three of them. Wow. I am incredibly disappointed with Ikaku, Yumichika, and Shuuhei. Really? Well, granted, this was a surprise attack, but they got surprise attacked by the Luchadore Quincy, Stern Reacher S, Mask the Masculine. Apparently, he was pretending this was an actual wrestling match because he does the count, 1, 2, 3, you pin them, and, he officially wins. And you hear there's a bell, and there's just like this one little dude named James with a bell, and I'm like, why is he here? Is this supposed to be fun? This is just weird. Like, what the fuck? Although with James, I think the reason why he's there is just to follow him around and, ring the bell every now and then. I don't even know why he's there. I don't know why he fucking exists. Mask the Masculine says that they've taken care of nearly all the confirmed captain levels. Yumichika, Ikaku, and Shuuhei were all captain levels. And they got body slammed or pile drived, whatever you want to call it, that elbow thing, because of one Luchadore Quincy. These guys are considered to be captain level, and they got body slammed all together by one guy. Yeah, but they see two lights from the sky. And it turns out that those lights were Rukia and Renji, who have finally arrived in the Seireitei, and that is where the chapter ends. So yeah, that is Bleach chapter 559. What did I think? I thought it was okay. Well, there still does beg some questions. I mean, we know that Cang Du and BG-9 are alive now. Well, for now, because of the wolf standing, but we didn't get to see them fight, probably because they still had succumbed to the damage from their previous fights, I guess. And Juha Bach is having them executed because of their failures to defeat the shinigami. I mean, with Bambietta, we don't know what the hell happened to her. Cang Du, I don't really care that much because I still don't know a lot about his iron ability. I guess the only thing we know about it is that anything made out of iron, any weapons so far don't work on him. BG-9, I actually kind of liked BG-9 because, hey, Quincy Android, it's cool, but yeah, it looks like that he is going to die. Although I still want to know BG-9's backstory. How the hell did a Quincy become an android? I still want to know that, but I guess we won't now. The so-called fight between Haschwalth and Shunsui and Anel, I thought they were going to fight, but I guess not. So it's safe to say that the B for his ranking, it represents balance, since he was talking about balancing and scales, which kind of makes sense with what happened with Cang Du and BG-9, because they're alive and that was like one side. However, they have to pay that back with another sense of misfortune, you know, restoring the balance. And because of another sense of fortune fell upon Cang Du, balance has been in disorder, so they have to pay it back with another sense of misfortune, which it does so, resulting with Cang Du's death. Although I really want to know more about Haschwalth's ability. Maybe we will eventually. Now that Rukia and Renji have shown up, who are they going to fight? I'm not sure. Renji most likely either Master Masculine for payback, or probably Asnat, but I'm saying probably save that for Byakuya. And a lot of people saying that he should fight Basby because their personalities are similar, but we'll just have to wait and see. As for Rukia, I'm not so sure. Am I excited that they're back? Yeah, kind of. Honestly, I'm not so sure because they must have gotten a lot stronger since they've been training in the Soul Palace, but we'll just have to wait and see how this will turn out. I was incredibly disappointed with Ikaku, Yumichika, and Shuuhei. They got body slammed all at once by one guy. And they're really talking about keeping their guard up. Yeah, granted it was a surprise attack, but it's from a freaking Luchadore Quincy, and why the hell is this James guy there? It was so weird. But the thing with their execution, BG-9 and Cang Du's execution, this shows that you cannot mess with the Stern Reachers. You have to follow your orders. If you don't, or if you fail, you pretty much be executed. However, there were some people that actually did do well in their orders, and they got killed by Juha Bach. I don't know, I guess it's the Quincy thing. I still want to know about their backstories though. I mean, Juha Bach's backstory definitely, but since night has fallen, which means it's night 1, since, you know, it's supposed to be like 9 days for Juha Bach to take over. So next week's chapter, I'm not so sure what might happen. Maybe we'll get to see Renji and Rukia fight another Stern Reacher. If not, then we'll probably get to see what's going on with the Stern Reachers and probably know what the hell happened with Bambietta. I'm not sure, but this chapter wasn't okay for me, but it wasn't like great. It was just it was okay for me. I'm just saying. Although I did like seeing Haschwalth's ability, the balance. I thought that was pretty neat. I wish we got to see him fight Shunsui and Nanao, but no, we didn't, and I was kind of disappointed with that. But hey, I thought the chapter was okay. So yeah, there's Bleach chapter 559. What did you guys think about this week's chapter? Did you like it? Did you hate it? Who do you think Renji and Rukia are gonna fight? And what do you think about Haschwalth so far? Do you like him? Do you hate him? Let me know on the comments below. Also, be sure to like the video if you like it and subscribe for more videos. And be sure to check out my Facebook fan page and Google+. So yeah, that was Bleach chapter 559. This chapter was okay. We're Spiral 27, and I will see you guys later. Bye.